Hey, what's going on, everybody? Here, welcome to another ATS video of FG Full Tilt Gaming. Thanks for joining us today. We've got a huge video to unpack, but before we do, let me point you down to the bottom of this video here. You will see a thumbs up, which hit that, and make sure you click that red square. If you haven't done that already, subscribe to the channel. And also, so we're going to be doing all kinds of information videos like this. We've got a ton to unpack today, so stay with us. We'll be right back. All right, well, welcome once again. Thanks, guys, for joining us today. Like I said before, so I'm just going to jump into this video. We're going to kind of start. We're just going to start at the top, and we're just going to run the marathon here. So lots of info. I've got most of my notes and everything over here, so we don't hopefully drop anything, and make sure that I cover everything. Just boom, boom, boom. So the first thing is they had an anniversary stream yesterday. SES did. So I'm going to link their YouTube channel. If you're on Twitch, they're on Twitch, I believe, as I want to say it's SES software, I believe, SES software. And it'll be the same thing probably on YouTube. I'll link their YouTube and Twitch just in case you guys, depending on what platform you like to watch your videos on, you can grab those at either place. Check up on the anniversary stream, watch some of it, listen to those guys talk through just ATS here in the next year. That's what was cool about this. They did talk about where they've come from, but also where they want to be in the next year, which is always really cool to see devs do that and interact with community in that respect. It's kind of like any kind of live stream like myself. It's always better when you can interact with the people that are viewing your content or buying your content or whatever, in their case. So I got a couple of quick little housekeeping things here that let's go through. One thing is they've got a brand new anniversary bundle, which is pretty cool, but they've also got a new premium t-shirt which is out, which is a limited edition anniversary shirt. I'm not sure how long this is going to run. I didn't see what their length on this campaign was, but just simple. Look like they got the Kenworth 900A up here with the regular truck sim badge there, all in white, and the anniversary bundle is really slick. So I'm gonna take you over here to the Steam. Once this anniversary bundle means everything is usually on sale. We're talking $5 for the game right now. Looking at maps here, heavy cargo $250, New Mexico $6, Oregon is $10, the special transport is $5, classic pinstripe, the classic stripes for $1.79. Like, you can literally have everything in here for like $25, and that's insane. It's insanely good. As it is right now, it's $63 for everything. So if you don't have anything, $63 gets you literally everything. Oregon DLC was like $20, and I believe the New Mexico was like $16. I mean, this stuff is like expensive. So this is a good one. If you don't have map packs, now's the chance to get it. So all right, let's go back. So that was that. Now I'm going to direct your attention to a few other things here. I'm going to go ahead and play this while it's down here. So here was some new stuff here from Washington now, and they're streaming stuff. I had a couple of little small clips like this, just of them driving around in Washington, had the nice sunset and whatnot, which looked, of course, gorgeous. Very nice on the physics end of this truck. I mean, I don't know if it was just where they were, racing the stuff in or how they were coming through, but the physics of the truck really was really cool. That's what caught my eye about that clip, was like, well, that's why I'll throw it in there. So that's that. And the other big one was mapping, trucks, and some info for updates coming up in the next year. Now, this is all things they want to get to. Whether or not all of it does, 50-50 chance whether or not. I say probably 75% of this stuff will probably happen this year. The one big one that we already knew of was Washington DLC. So Washington DLC is a definite. We kind of knew that already before the anniversary stream. The cool thing is the next one that's coming in there, I actually want to do 2 packs. Now, some of this is information that I've gathered through the forums, and also listening to other moderators in the forums that are answering questions or answering comments or any kind of other analysis from other, couch seat gamers that are, think they know the answers, and they're kind of correcting them with the information. So I found that the forums kind of just went diving through some of those different topics and stuff, and found a couple of the moderators had alluded to the fact that there were going to be 2 DLC packs this year. But the other one has not been either leaked or released, but it's a lot of buzz in the forums, and it's not being refuted by any of the moderators. Usually if they're like totally on the wrong track, they'll kind of shut that stuff down and say, well, let's just work on Washington, or yada yada yada, we'll just do this and do that. It's kind of how most of the time those things run. They try to steer the direction of the communities in the right way so that people don't get on this side of the cliff and then all of a sudden the dirt falls out from under them and all the people just fall into a pit of sorrow because their favorite state's not going to be done. So the second one that has got a ton of buzz but not confirmed with ATS, let me repeat, not confirmed, is Utah. But that's the one that everybody seems to want, and it's the one that they're allowing to be in that direction of the forum, which I thought, wow, that's kind of cool. I mean, Utah would be a total change from anything. You know, tons of rock, mountain, a lot of mountainous terrain, a lot of, you know, we could call them dangerous roads, but for some trucks, they are dangerous, depending on the grades and the steeps and descents and the snow and ice. Don't know if any of that stuff is going to come into ATS by then. I wouldn't look for it, but it would be cool with just those seasonal mods that we have that Grimes does such a good job with, like the winter mods and all that. So anyway, Washington DLC is a definite confirmation. Utah is a maybe possible. The second thing that we got a definite confirmation on was a brand new truck. That is the Lone Star. So let me go ahead, let me pop this up here. We'll go ahead and, whoops, we're not going to hide that. There we go, let's hide that. So here is International Lone Star. Interiors, we got two different exterior view models. One with the big one, there it is. So that's the big one with the dual exhaust and the big, huge roof fairing. And then we've got one that's just a cabbed, that you see it without the cab in the front end. That's a definite Lone Star right there. If I've ever seen one, not my favorite truck, but you know what? I always say it's always good to have more trucks in, and I'm glad they're putting out something rather than nothing. So I'll take it. I'll take what I can get on that. So that's the new truck coming in, is the Lone Star. So you had the Lone Star, and they've also said there's a new truck coming, but they did not, at least to my knowledge, did not give any info on what the new truck was going to be or whether it was going to be. There's people in the forums that are saying, oh, I hope or I bet it's a cab over. They've never done a cab over. I don't get into any of that because who knows what they could bring. There are tons and tons of trucks. I'd love to see them come out with like a new everyday hauler. They've got a 389, they've got a 900, they've got, you know, they've got the Volvo V. I'd love to see them come out with something really nice, like a new model of something, like an inspiration, maybe even like a concept truck that was totally on the other side of what anything else is, with nice digital gauge readout displays and stuff. Like, I think that'd be awesome to have. But, you know, it's just me. I have no idea what they'd want to do. So, obviously is what they're going to want to do. So, okay. Aside from all the speculation, one new truck, one definite DLC, and then a DLC at least map-wise that's maybe on the maybe, and then two, we have no idea what the other one is. Now, they did say that they had been signed they had signed a license agreement with a U.S. trailer company, and they have a small team that is working on doing the trailers and putting that together. What it is, I don't know. They didn't alert to it, or at least allude to it, so I have no idea what to expect on that front. So here's another thing. I'm going to make sure I go through my notes here. These are quick ones, so I'm going to kind of just bullet through these. Cabin accessories was something they touched a little bit on again, so there may be some updates to cabin accessories and what all they're going to allow. But they were going to refreshing older parts of the map, which is a new one, probably out of the next couple of updates. They're going to be refreshing parts of California and Arizona, which will come out as free updates and not purchasable DLCs. To my understanding, those are all going to be things that were part of the original game, that we'll get those updates as map parts, just like we have with everything else they've done, where we get new roads, we get new sections of road, whatever, and they will start revamping and start doing that. They did it in ETS, and they revamped a lot of the original Germany, especially around Munich and Berlin and all of those top areas in central Germany, all the big hubs. They took all of that stuff and did something nice with them. So more special transport routes, which I'll be excited to see. I don't feel like there's enough routes around, especially in a lot of the newer areas. That's coming out in 134. Small adjustments, California, Nevada, all that stuff is 134 as well. So be looking for those two in the next update, which is already in closed beta testing, by the way. They signed the trailer lease, we got that. And no truck tuning packs in the pipeline for 2019. Truck tuning packs could be released for ATS next year, so not looking for any more kind of truck tuning packs for this year, which I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I guess tuning packs would be paint jobs and such. That's what I would assume. But I don't think any of that really. We get more truck tuning packs on the ETS side than we do ATS, so that never was a really big one besides stuff like steering wheels, the paint jobs. Those what tuning packs would be. So here's a couple of things. So they do want to bring in at least with the 134 update, they did say they wanted to bring in a much larger variety of cargoes at least for, let's make sure I get this right, for logging and livestock trailers in ATS very soon. So that's one thing they wanted to pull in. And the 1.3.4 update is mainly going to be, at least what they alluded to, was going to be mainly bug fixes and a lot of back-end stuff fixed from 1.33. If you're still encountering issues or problems or bugs in the trailer ownership, as well as the scale or any of the other stuff, that's going to be fixed, a lot of that, in this 1.3.4 update. They're going to have new road fixes for different roads, companies, new trailers, and some other assorted odds and ends for ETS 2. So they're going to get a little bit of an update, but nothing. This is not going to be one of those game-changing updates like 1.3.2 was with the ownership. So here's the big one. This will be kind of my last big, huge, like, you know, this is my last stickler for this. Some people are probably going to hate this video because I even say this, but 1.3.5 update is going to be doing something that SES originally in their blog and some other places always talked about doing, which was porting this game out of it not just being PC based. I'm a mixed bag on this. People ask about whether or not this game's coming to console, and there's a part of me that hates to see it do this, because I kind of see the amount of animosity that it's caused between players in Farm Sim. Farm Sim was one of those games that finally got out to PC. It finally got out to console, out of PC's hands, and then it's morphed into something much bigger. But it's also split communities, and it's been nasty. The communities can't even coexist in each other's presence without hating one another because of mods. You know, Farm Sim doesn't get these mods, and these guys don't get these mods. And we've done videos and talked about them in a very mature and respectful manner towards all parties. And I see that being a fear of what's going to come to be an ATS. And you say, well, why? They're not going to port it. They might. Because one of the big updates for 1.3.5 is going to be getting them out of the old OpenGL format and getting them into DX11, which is DirectX. I think most computers and stuff now, or if you're buying one now, is DX11 or even DX12, or at least is capable of that. Through new operating system updates or whatnot, might update your system into DirectX, whatever it winds up being. So ATS is going to work in the 1.3.5 update. Is going to work into becoming all DX11, which means all the legacy code, all the old code back from 2, 3, 4 years ago is all going to drop. Which I don't exactly know what that means for the game itself, except they are going to be able to port the game out for console production. Now, how long it's going to take for that, I don't know. I don't have any idea of how that's going to be. I just know that's what the devs said, that is going to, could lead to DX12, Vulkan, and console versions of the game. That was their big synopsis of that. So DX11 is going to be a stepping stone into them actually looking at a console version for the game. You guys always ask me, and I would say, well, they've been thinking about it, but there has to be some back-end changes that need to happen so that they can actually accommodate that. Well, it looks like 1.3.5 is going to be the step into DX11, which all they'll have to do is one more small step into 12, which is going to lead them into a potential port of the console version of this. As for anything else, I don't know if the mods are going to be supported. I don't know anything else. I doubt it, but I don't know anything as it goes relates to that. And I don't want this to become a discussion about, you know, consoles don't get the same mods as PC, because I don't know that I can take another game that acts that way. Farm Sim totally destroyed that game for me. Totally destroyed it. So I'm hoping that doesn't get in the way of this conversation, and this can be an overall conversation for ATS in general, not necessarily just console versus PC. So I'm really keeping my fingers crossed for that one. So anyway, that's all of the big stuff for this video. There was a lot of stuff in here, a lot of info, and I hope I've covered it in a way that makes it understandable. But also, you know, I've got a little bit of my own spin on that. It's just maybe what I like to see or what I think would happen. But none of that is generally guaranteed. I'll usually always tell you exactly what the devs say, and the rest of it is just my opinion, or at least what I've been reading from other people. So I hope you enjoyed. It's fun to just kind of sit around and be able to think about these things and kind of wish on what you hope ATS might do here in the future. So anyway, I hope you guys liked it. If you did, make sure you leave a thumbs up. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't done that already. I hope you go watch some of our live streams and some of our other trailer videos and mod showcases. We've got a lot of info coming at you here this next week and 2 weeks as well. But anyway, like I said, come and join us here on the next live stream. Come in and say hey. Tell, hey man, I saw your video. Figured I'd come in and try to catch a live stream, and I just want to say hey and hang out with chat for a bit. So that'd be great. We hope to have you. But until next time, guys, keep it on the road. We'll see you here in the next episode. We'll see you guys.